before I go through these. But this is this is posted on my Cache, and these are words and phrases primarily about travel. Let me just give them a second here. All right, let's go through these then. So at the airport, I know these, you don't know these yet, but these are all new words. There's one word I want you to know, though, flug, F-L-U-G. And flug on its own means a flight, but that word as a root word is going to be used in several words in this vocab list, including this first one here. The phrase, remember we had on the Rhine, we had at the computer, at the airport, am Flughafen. There's the word flug, which is a flight, and Hafen, H-A-F-E-N, is the word for port. Like normally, Hafen would be used for port, like a, for an ocean-going ship, like a port for boats or ships. Boats don't. Okay, but Flughafen, just like our word, airport, but flight port, I guess, is the best. Okay, so that's a new word, but you'll see the word flug again. Departure, you're going to see it here again. A flight is only see, we say departure, and it could be a train, a bus, whatever. Something's kind of scheduled, a departure. This particular word only works with airplanes and air travel, and that's Abflug. Abflug. There's the word flug again. Exit. Exit is Ausgang. Ausgang. So you can see that they have a harder time fitting this long word Ausgang on their little exit signs above the doors. Abroad, like you're going to travel abroad, overseas. When we say we're going to go abroad, we usually mean you're leaving the country. I think that's always what it means. And that noun is das Ausland. Das Ausland. Boarding pass. So you get on your flight, or you have a ticket. The ticket gets you someplace, but get you as far as the counter at the airport. But there you got to pick up a boarding pass, and that's really what gets you on the plane. At the last step, gets you on the plane. And the word for a boarding pass is Bordkarte. Board, like on board, and Karte we've had before. Bordkarte. Good. Business class. Yeah, that's always nice. Business class. There we go. Die Businessklasse. Free word right there. Businessklasse. Flight, just a flight, I already told you. Flight is der Flug. So far we had Flughafen, Abflug, and now just the word Flug. Flight. A ticket. So before you get your boarding pass, you have a ticket. You can buy a ticket online. Might have a paper ticket. They don't do that so much anymore, but the word for a ticket, for a flight, just for a flight, das Flugticket. Das Flugticket. Can you use this for a bus? Can you use this for a bus? No, only for an airplane. Because Flug is flights, right? That's something to do with flights, airplanes, right? So a bus ticket's Bus ticket would be the word, but Flug ticket only works for airplanes. It's like Abflug only works for planes departing. Another one with just the word for airplane. Here's a big Airbus here. Look at that. I'll tell you about that. Lufthansa is the, do you see that? Can you read that on there? Lufthansa. Lufthansa is the main airlines in Germany. There are other, smaller airlines, but Lufthansa is a very old airline, dates back to the 1930s, and still exists today. And it used to be a state-supported airline, and now it's a private. It has been for a long time. But anyway, the word for airplane, any kind of airplane, is that there's the word Flug again, Flugzeug. So we've had Flughafen, Abflug, Flugticket, and now Flugzeug. It gets a little confusing. Luggage, not just one suitcase. There's a word for suitcase, but we have a word for suitcase separate from luggage. I'm saying the words in English. Suitcase is one thing. I got a suitcase over here. I got a handbag over here. I've got a carry-on over here, and I got a suitcase that's going to be checked over here. All those things together are known as luggage, right? Some you're going to carry, some you're going to check. But the general word for your luggage is das Gepäck. Das, like packen, to pack, but das Gepäck is luggage. Now, carry-on luggage. See this woman putting this in the overhead bin here? Carry-on luggage is called Handgepäck. Handgepäck, like hand luggage, meaning you're going to carry it like, you're going to carry it on the plane in your hand. A suitcase, just one suitcase though, which would be a part of luggage, but a suitcase is called der Koffer. Der Koffer. Passenger. Well, these are all passengers here, but it's a pretty easy word. Passagier. Passagier. Passport control. So when you leave the country or come into a new country, you've got to show them your passport, and they want to make sure that's your face on the passport, and maybe they have some questions for you. How long will you be here for? What's your reason for being here? They can ask you whatever they want to, but that area, this guy who does this is called die Passkontrolle. Like they control your passport. They control you entering the country or not, that's for sure. But die Passkontrolle, usually it's pretty routine. They just look at you and stamp it and you go on through. An ID card. So for us, this would be like a driver's license. This is not a driver's license, but actually it's an ID card. But here's the word for ID card is Ausweis, Personalausweis. Sometimes they just say Ausweis. But Personalausweis, a passport's a Personalausweis. A driver's license is a Personalausweis. Those are things that are accepted as IDs. However, it's funny if you're in a foreign country, like not Canada or Mexico or the Caribbean, but like overseas, like Europe, Asia, Africa, pull out your Oklahoma driver's license and see what they do. It just freaks them out. They're like, what is this? What? Even in it, like a couple times I had students pull out, oh, can I see your Ausweis? And they'll pull out like their driver's license. And they're just like, what is that? They've never seen it before. Look, just like you would look at a German ID and think, what is this, a driver's license? Trip, just a word for trip. Could be any kind of trip, any kind of way of traveling. Die Reise, and then travel agency. We don't talk about travel agencies too much anymore, because we can plan, unless we're doing like a real elaborate vacation where we need to plan stops and it gets complicated. But a travel agency, yeah, that's still something in Germany that's used. But of course, you can book things online in Germany too. But anyway, the word for it is Reisebüro. So we had the word trip, which is Reise in the last slide, and Büro is an office. So a Reisebüro, travel office, Yeah, they book everything for you. A traveler, this guy's a traveler. He's walking through the airport. That guy is called der Reisende. So reisen is the verb to travel. Die Reise is a trip. A Reisende is a traveler, a person who's traveling. Good. Economy class. This is where I'm more comfortable here. Economy class, business class. Okay. But economy class, where most people sit, is Touristenklasse. Touristenklasse. A delay. Well, that happens. Now, boarding, on time, delayed. But the noun, a delay, is Verspätung. And you see the word spät in here. What does spät mean? Anyone? Spät. Kommt spät heute. Here's the hint, is this word means delay. What does spät mean? No, just spät on its own. Bis später, we say that. So spät is late. And a Verspätung is a delay, usually with dealing with a problem with some kind of transportation. It could be a bus, or it could be a airplane or train or whatever. So visa, not the visa like your credit card, but a visa that goes into your passport, which usually is like this, like a sticker. Maybe there's some paperwork with it too, but some countries require you to have a visa. You have to apply for it before you leave, and you have to give them a lot of information, and then they'll mail you once you have to pay for it too. And they give you a visa that goes in your passport that allows you to enter the country. And that word is very close, visum. That's visum. Newspaper. This is, well, not so travel related, but newspaper we've had before. It's Die Zeitung. Die Zeitung, we got last year. Customs. So you have passport control. They're interested in who you are and how long you're staying, or where you're going to, or whether you're coming or leaving. But customs is interested in what you're bringing into the country or what you're taking out of the country. And customs can kind of do whatever they want to. They can check you physically. They can check your luggage, open it up, toss everything around, take a look. Or they can just say, okay, go on through, go on through. That customs is called der Zoll. Zoll, der Zoll. Arrival. So we had departure on a flight was Abflug, but an arrival, like you go to this, this little screen here to find out what time the plane's arriving, and an arrival is Ankunft. So not the word Flug again, but a different word, the Ankunft. To land, like this guy's going to land on an aircraft carrier. To land, very simple word in German for English speakers, London. London. To take off. Opposite of London is abfliegen. This only has to do, obviously, with airplanes, to take off. We don't say a bus takes off, or not like literally. But abfliegen is a plane to take off. A cruise. A cruise on a cruise ship. New thing, die Kreuzfahrt. Kreuzfahrt. Kreuzfahrt, that's the whole name of the cruise. An elevator, it's an odd thing, elevator. I guess you can travel on an elevator. This word is Fahrstuhl. Fahrstuhl. Last one here is the bonus. The flight is delayed. The flight is delayed. And you can say this about, the bus is delayed, the subway is delayed. You can plug in any other kind of thing here, but a flight, a couple of the words already. Der Flug ist, and then there's part of the other word we just learned, Verspätung, but verspätet. Der Flug ist verspätet. That'll be our bonus am nächsten Freitag. Okay? You have all those in your my cache. Did I that Fahrstuhl video reminded me, or picture reminded me? Did I ever show you the video? I think it's in this chapter actually, of that kind of strange elevator that exists in Europe. That's it's on like a rotation, like it moves around. It's like constantly moving. Did I show you that, Lydia? Did I show you that elevator video? No. I've been on one, and I want to show you this because it's a unique thing. I don't think they ever built any of these in the United States. I think it's strictly a European thing. I know they exist in Italy and other places, but let me show you. It's called a Pater Noster. Anyone know what Pater Noster means? It's Latin. Pater Noster. It means our Father. It's the beginning of the prayer. And that prayer is called in Latin the Pater Noster. But Pater Noster, this is what they call this particular kind of elevator, which, Ryan, I got to tell you, if you're naming an elevator after a kind of prayer, I'm probably a little iffy on getting on that thing. That's just me. It's just me. But I appreciate you joining me. But it's called a Pater Noster Fahrstuhl, and I don't think they really build them anymore because I'm sure there's all kinds of problems. There's all kinds of warning signs, like how it works. But can you guys see that picture? Let me make sure I'm sharing this with everyone. Hold on. Okay, sharing. This is, I think it comes up in this chapter as the reason I'm going to go ahead and do it today, because can you see this picture here? All right, so the elevator, look at this picture. Let me see if I can get it to start right about there. The one that I went in is in a city hall building in Berlin. They have an old one there. I want to show you this picture of how. Let's see here. Well, I see it in a little thing you click on. Well, it's going to be a little bit jumpy here, but here we go. So basically, the elevator works like this. The elevator has all these different cars on it that fit about 2 people each car. I don't know how many, it depends on how big the building is, but there's an elevator car, like what you get on and off of, and there's no door on the elevator though. Like there's no door. It's always wide open. And so you can jump on the elevator and jump off as it comes by. So it's a little bit risky there, getting on and off the elevator. But the elevator is constantly moving like an oval Ferris wheel, okay? Like it's moving like this, and it's on like a gear. And so it actually goes up into the attic or up into like a special floor on top of the building where it actually makes its loop around the top and then starts coming back down to the top floor. And then, but it's constant, it doesn't stop on any floor. It moves slowly, but it's constantly moving. And so you jump on and off. So say you want to go from the top floor to the next floor, you hop on the top floor and you just ride it down until the next opening opens up and you feel like it's level enough and you jump out. But people really, if you're going to jump out, people don't probably generally jump on. See if you can figure out what I'm saying here. It's kind of hard to explain really with words, but here's I don't know where this one is. This is in Eastern Europe somewhere. Okay, so here's the floor right here. Now this would be the time to jump out right here if you want to get off there. He says that's the basement floor, but that means that the elevator has to go like below the basement because it's got to, watch, it's going to move, it's going to start moving to the right now or to the left. Here it goes. See, it's moving now. See, it's moving horizontally. And now it's going to start going back up again. And it'll come back to the basement floor again. This is the wheel that moves it right there that we just passed by. And here's the basement again. And then you keep riding up. But watch, here's the cars moving. You can see them go by. Now you don't, there you go. Now you can jump in right about there. And see, he's going upward, but see how slow it goes? So 6th floor. And there it is. You could jump out. Doesn't look like he's going to jump out. Yeah, this wouldn't be a good idea. 7th floor. There's several of them in older buildings in Europe. I think some of these elevators predate the elevators we have today. But it seems to me like there's more engineering involved in this, though, like making it like move. I'm going to. All right. So if you guys are at home, I'll send you this link, okay? But it's moving so jerky with this. So I'm gonna let you guys go, but look at your email for a link to this, okay? All right. Have a good weekend. Just